Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news.
The question arises, and we must investigate also what is the law of South Africa says. How can a city in South Africa be 80% foreign nationals? That is dangerous. That in Hillbrow and the surrounding areas, South Africans have surrendered their own city to the foreign nationals. The nation should discuss that particular question. You won't find South Africans in other countries dominating a city into 80%. Because if we do not debate that, that necessarily means the whole South Africa could be 80% dominated by foreign nationals. And the future president of South Africa could be a foreign national. We are surrendering our land. And it is not xenophobia. To talk truth, we fought for this land. From a white minority, we cannot surrender it to the foreign nationals. That is a matter of principles. We fought for this country, not only for us, for the generations of South Africans. The arms that are being used here in Hillbrow are arms of war, which are unlicensed. The hijacking of buildings here in Hillbrow is a sign of taking over power. The question of dominance of foreign nationals in illegal trading and also businesses that are here in Hillbrow is an economic sabotage that is taking place against our people that were supposed to be those that are running those particular businesses. We are facing here service delivery protests.
Somebody just arrives in our townships and rural areas and set up businesses without licenses and permits. We are going to bring this to an end. And those who are operating illegally, wherever they come from, must now know.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has openly declared disdain for foreigners coming into the country. In his words, the president stated that the issue of foreigners coming into South Africa to set up shop and sell items will be addressed accordingly. This distasteful statement comes at the back of the South African Deputy Minister of Police, Bongani Nkong's statement on foreigners, saying there are over 80% foreigners in South African city, and if care is not taken, a foreigner will become South African president in future. He said, "We cannot surrender South Africa to foreign nationals." So guys, that is just statement coming from the highly placed officials in South Africa. So what else do we really need to get from the video? You could see the way the man was talking with anger, with all manner of it's on foreigners. They don't want it, they don't like it, and they have already passed that message to their people. Even the president, you could see that people coming, foreigners coming into the country to take over, to rent shops, to do things illegally. Like I said, if you feel that people are doing things illegally, you have the police, you have the security agency that you can hand them over to. You monitor them and you bring them to book if they have gone wrong in anything or they have gone against the law of the land. I think that is what is expected for people that are civilized supposed to do. But for the other man, the deputy, the police officer, I mean, the minister of police, or what did they call him? The man was talking with anger that no, it's not going to be possible. That means they are going to do everything possible to make sure that foreigners are not just welcomed in that country. And he said in the future that they might become president, and that is what they are selling to their people. And we are here talking our government, not seeing all of those things. These are video evidence that nobody can say, okay, maybe they said it, or maybe they were misquoted somewhere, or maybe they were just giving speech somewhere without video and they were misquoted by their statement. But these are the statements they made, and you could see the anger, you could see the enthusiasm in them, that they are going to do everything, whatever it takes, for foreigners to be flushed out of their country. They are going to do that. So whichever way, there are many ways to kill rats without shedding his blood, but in this case they are shedding the blood. So they would have done, they would have just come out, okay, we don't want you people, but it seems you guys don't want to leave our country, then we are going to, whatever you see at the end of the day, you need to take it. And that is just what is happening. And that's why they're playing lip service, because something cannot be happening first time, second time, third time, fifth time, over and over again. The government officials, both countries, they will sit on round table to discuss the issue. But at the end of the day, nothing comes out. There are people still do the same thing. And the people committing these atrocities, killing people, destroying people's properties, at the end of the day, they are not being brought to book. So what do you expect? What do you think about that? They have not said these things that these guys are doing is very, very wrong. But just from what the deputy minister of police was saying, that it's not xenophobia. He's saying it's not xenophobia. So we are the one that's trying to make it seem as if it's really xenophobia. But to them, it's nothing. They are not saying it in that line. They are just saying, sending a signal, simple statement that you guys, we don't want you, and it is really affecting them. And one thing is that the black, because we have both black and white in that country, the blacks are just, they are the one holding the political power in that country. Why the economic part of the country is being dominated by the whites. So it's a misplaced priority. It's a misplaced anger that they are venting on their fellow blacks. Economically, the whites are holding that very strongly. They are in charge of their economic this thing at that higher level, and yet they are not even making any statement. They are not doing PM concerning those whites, but it is your black people that you are venting your anger upon, which is not good. So the only thing is that if we can come back to our own country and fix our own country. But the issue is that it's not we the masses that will fix the country, because when I hear people say, everybody should come back, let's come back to our country and let's come and fix the country, is it the ordinary man on the street, or is it the people that are in diaspora that will come and fix the road for you? Are they the ones that will make policy, that will make things to go? It is the responsibility of our government to do the needful, put everything in place, and making sure and executing them. We have enough law, we have enough a policy that we can follow, and we can fall back to make things work. But what do we see? Those laws are just meant for ordinary people, because if they themselves as leaders, if they violate any law, they don't take them serious. At the end of the day, they'll just sweep everything under the carpet. It's only when it is involved with ordinary citizens, that is where you see that they will just be up and doing, or maybe there is opposition party. That is just when you see them swing into action. But when it comes to them, when they are holding power in Nigeria, that is why a lot of things are just up and down. And just like somebody who came, a white man who came to the country, I don't even know what the name of that RGBA or something, saying that he spent $40 million on in Nigeria, and now everything has accrued to $9.6 billion that we need to pay. That one is even another story for another day. You can imagine, anything goes. And that man has been in Nigeria for decades. He has, he knows everything. He knows that, we don't obey rule of law. He knows that we do things, carelessly. He knows that a lot of corruption going on. He knows that some people just try to favor them. Say somebody will just come, they will sign paper and not even considering the masses. You see a lot of atrocities coming, going on. And now people will say, oh, people going abroad, people in diaspora, you guys should come back home and let us fix this. Are they the one to fix it? Okay, you that you are there, we that we are there in Nigeria, how many have we been able to fix? If we fix it, the population of the people living in Nigeria. We living in Nigeria, our own population is more than the people outside living in diaspora. And you'll be saying, "Oh, let them come back." And because it baffles that even we, the people, will be talking about that people, we should come back and fix the country. The people that we elected, what are they doing? What is their job? They are not doing their job, because if they are doing their job, the percentage of the people going outside, to look for greener pasture, it will be reduced. When you see people travel to just make it out of maybe just going for summer or just going for holiday, and at the end of the day you come back, it's not that you want to go and you not just want to go and pitch your tents over there permanently. A lot of them, even in diaspora, they want to come back home. But once they look back, where do you want to fall back to? And that is why it's going to be difficult for some of them, even that have even been bastardized, even in South Africa as we speak, for the fact that the Peace Airline is offering that offer, giving them an offer that they are going to bring them back. A lot of them are not want to come back, because when they look back, where do you want to come back to? Is it the same Nigeria people are complaining, people are even trying to get out of? Is that the same country they want to come back to? But of course, they are going to look into it. The people need to look into it. They will decide whether they are going to come back or not. So that's that. But what we are saying is that this South African government, they have made it clear, and I'm sure maybe this is now the right time when Nigerian government will be seeing the whole thing, and take the necessary actions, because with all of these things, it's not going to help us. You fix the country. Like now, they are talking now. They are saying that Nigerians don't pay tax. That the tax payment is very, very low. How do you expect people to pay tax? Even the ones that are paying tax, what have they done with it? What have they gained? What have they benefited? You pay tax, and at the end of the day, it's just to furnish the life or the lifestyle of all these politicians. Is that what you are talking about? Where are the infrastructures? I provide my light, I provide I do my road, I provide my water, all the social amenities, I provide myself. So what am I paying tax for? The ones that are paying the tax, they are not encouraged. They are just dashing these guys money. They are not doing anything. The only thing you see them when they come together, when they are they are so articulated when it comes to the issue of a budget. They take it so serious, because that is when they will make sure that everything is being put in that budget. So how do you expect people to pay tax? So now from this video that we've seen, from this South Africa president and the minister police or deputy, I don't know the position is holding, they have come out to say it. They are bitter about it. They are not happy. They are angry about it. It's just that they are just venting their anger on the wrong people, because the people holding the economy strongly are the whites. What are you doing about it? But let's leave that is their own country. We need to come back and tell ourselves the home truth. Even at home, we cannot, even in our country, we cannot even speak. We don't even have the courage to speak. If you even speak to the power, they will arrest you. They will do all manner of things. They will label you all manner of names. So the whole thing is just confusing. If we cannot put our house in order, how do you expect people to respect us? If everything just goes anyhow, everybody just there, fending for their own pockets, thinking for their selfish interests all over the place. It is the government that will do the needful. When the government, is able to do what he also do, the people will follow. They follow through, and when they see that you are sincere, he doesn't take anything. Even the so-called developed countries, it's not as if those guys, their masses or their citizens, they are very, 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 reasonable to that extent, because they are enforcing all of those things on them. That is why you see that they obey the laws, and everybody is just trying to fall in. And it has been a long process, making sure that things go the right way, because most of them too at the leadership level in those developed countries, they themselves, they don't, if they violate any law, they will go in for it. So when as an ordinary citizen, when you see the leadership, the people at the aim of affairs, when they go wrong, you know that they will go in for it. So you yourself, you advise yourself, because they will not look at your face. They don't look at anybody. Nobody's above the law over there. And that's why you see things working out. When you talk of paying taxes, they pay taxes, and they use the tax, they got from people, from the citizens. They use them judiciously, and the people, they're happy to pay it. So what are we talking about? They are happy to pay it. And that's why you see that things are working very well over there. You see that the infrastructures over there, are on point. But what do we have here? The few ones that are even paying the taxes in Nigeria, what do they benefit? Nothing. Everywhere is everything is well organized. There's no country that is so perfect, but we shouldn't allow our deficiency to overshadow our the good side of us. The good side of us. That is just what we are talking about. But in those developed countries, they still have a pocket of things that are not really too okay, but you can't see, they are not too visible. But in our case, things that are not doing well, things that are not okay, those are the things that are so visible. And that's why you don't even see even the good aspects of us. You don't easily see them. And that is just the difference. So guys, that is just my own opinion and my own take on this. From the video that we've watched, you've seen everything. All these guys, they don't want us. And the best thing for us is for us to, to be on our own and continue to tell our government the actual truth and the real truth. They need to do the needful. Everything boils down on them. As a parent, you just have to keep your house in order and your children will follow suit. It's not the children that will do their own. Children, they have their part to play, but you as a parent, you must start with the reprocessing and making sure that the family is okay. That is the same thing with Nigerian government and Nigerians. The government must take lead and do the needful. Then the masses will follow suit. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about all of this and hear your take. Thank you very much for always being there. Bye.